The lesson.
Oh, yeah.
When you look at the country, even the world, it's pretty clear to me that black people, whether it's in the United States, South Africa, Australia, have been at disadvantage for a very long time. In hip-hop, let's say from America, at least at the very beginning, it was black people who had the most success in hip-hop. Eminem came through, and now you got some white boys in there that are having some good success too. But it's still in America a black-dominated art form. And in my personal opinion, hip-hop and rap is a black art form. That's my personal
100%.
That's my personal opinion, and people might shoot at me in the comments for saying that, but that's how I feel about
But
it.
in saying that, bro, it's not even an opinion. It's a fact. You know what I mean? Like, it was created by black people, and it was our way of showcasing what we have. Not me in particular or my people, but in America. You know what I mean?
100%. So that's the way that I've always looked at hip hop. When I look at Australian rap, at least in the beginning, for the most part, it's been very white dominated. It hasn't really been until like the last few years when like Hooligan Hefts and 1-4 and some of these Islander acts now that are really breaking through, has it become a little bit more mixed in terms of cultures participating in hip hop. However, as far as Aboriginal MCs, I'm sure there's lots of them out there in the country, but I don't feel like there's many that have gotten a certain level of success, So, for example, like the names for me that stand out, AB Original, yourself. I'm a massive fan of Koori Rep, and they're the only three that stand out for me off the top of my head. Now,
How good was that Corey Rep diss track for TKO?
well,
That's a classic.
While we're on the topic, I mean, shout outs to Koori Rep. Like, he is one of my favorites in the country just based off the 2 diss joints that he did. But yeah, like, there's not many, I feel, Aboriginal rappers that have had big levels of success yet. Although it's a black art form, and although in America you have black rappers having a lot of success, why do you feel that in Australia it's been a bit backwards in comparison to America?
What most people won't understand is you've got the Australian hip hop scene, but then you've also got the Aboriginal hip hop scene, which are 2 completely different scenes. Like, I could grab an Aboriginal hip hop artist, bring him to the Australian scene, put him on show, no one would know him, and then vice versa. And that comes back to what we're talking about with Captain Shook. There are a lot of Aboriginal artists that will stay with that kind of stuff of, my people were the victim, but we're going to come back and attack. That only, you can only rap for a certain fan base for that, you know what I mean? Which is why I chose to come through the Australian scene to, because it was different, you know what I mean? I wasn't living that Aboriginal culture. I didn't know much about it when I was rapping, you know what I mean? So it was, I feel if some artists open up more and be more versatile, then 100% there are some fucking dope Aboriginal artists out there, man. Like, if you look at AB Original, they're not, they have more of the Australian mainstream sound. You know what I mean? And Trials, for example, he's versatile as a motherfucker. You know, he's good. He can do it all, that bloke. But yeah, I think kind of most artists are catering to one fan base.
The lesson.
927. Oh, yeah.